Hey guys, welcome to Raw Review presented by WrestlingRumors.net. Please like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at WrestleRumors, subscribe to our YouTube channel down here, follow Lady Nexus herself at Lady Nexus 13, Sam Daley on Twitter. You can follow me, Adam Daley on Twitter at Adam Daley 13. And I think the cheap plugs are good right now. I think if there's any other social media outlets I missed, attach that. If people use MySpace. Whatever, we're using MySpace now. All right, so tonight we're covering the Go Home show. Minnesota, heading into SummerSlam. We knew Lesnar was going to get a big-time Minneapolis pop.
Of course.
At the Target Center. So, before we get into any of that, obviously, SummerSlam's almost like the second, it almost feels bigger than WrestleMania this year.
I would say it's bigger than WrestleMania, but it's bigger than previous years.
I don't know.
But yes, it's their second biggest pay-per-view of the year.
I'll say this: when I was going through the card, I don't know. Maybe I'm really excited for Sunday.
It just might be a better It might just be a better card than WrestleMania had this year. I mean, it doesn't mean that the pay-per-view is bigger.
I have greater expectations.
WrestleMania is the grandest of them all.
Yes.
No.
I have greater expectations.
Okay.
We'll say that. I really do. For SummerSlam at least. I think that they're going to make this one special, and especially with it being 4 hours long, first time they've ever done that. And we've mentioned it before. With it being in an arena style environment, I'll tell you, if anybody else has been to a WrestleMania in an arena versus a WrestleMania when it was either outside or in a dome, there's a huge difference from when you're in a 16, 17,000 person venue to 70,000 or whatever.
There's just no bad seat in the house, and
not only that, the noise level and you're really getting your hardcore. It's like the crowd from Raw the night after WrestleMania, except at so. I think the way the crowd is going to play into this, it's going to the one complaint about WrestleMania typically is the crowd is so large and the arenas or or the stadiums, outside. Right? It's either outside or a dome, so the sound's obviously going to go up. So if you're watching at home, it doesn't sound like the crowd's popping as much certain times. It's going to sound like this crowd is going insane this entire pay-per-view. So SummerSlam, I have really high expectations for it.
So do I. I think it's going to be good. It definitely seems like all the cards are on point.
Now, with that, obviously we had a couple of changes, and I wanted to wait till we had another wrestling warm-up, which we had today, with Doug O'Mac and John Alba, myself and Walter, Chris Walter, our new Capitan. And a couple things that obviously with SummerSlam, it seems like they're about to hit the reset button on a couple things. Here at WrestlingRumors.net, we are kind of hitting the reset button. Big congratulations to Chris Walter. I like to think of him as the Riddler to my Joker. And unfortunately, we lost our Batman and Robin, as I always joked around, Doug O'Mac and Doug McDonald and John Alba. Guys, we will miss you. Thank you for everything you did. Thank you for everything you've taught us. Thank you for your patience. And
will definitely be missed.
And a couple other names that are really going to surprise people when I toss these out there. Two more people that we want to thank, especially because now we've been doing this for a little while. And with WrestlingRumors.net, we're really starting to take off. And we feel very fortunate to be a part of this team. And that also wouldn't have happened without two people. And this is going to surprise people, but Vince Russo put confidence in the two of us that we probably should never have had in a million years. And we would not be here for that if not for that man, and if not for Chris Cash taking a really big roll in the dice on somebody that's never been in front of a camera before. On my end, obviously Sam had previous experience, so thank you. Guys, thank you. The four names I've mentioned, thank you so much. Mm-hmm. The two of us would not be here, and we would not be the people that we are in front of this camera if it wasn't for you guys. And I know a lot of people probably just went, because we mentioned some certain names, but gentlemen, thank you. So let's talk about SummerSlam now. Instead of going through Raw, how we normally cut through it and just dissect it and go through blah, blah, blah. Guys, I grabbed storyline. Let's run with it. Sam, first and foremost, I want to start with a little comedy segment we call Revisionist History with WWE.
Okay.
Revisionist history, ladies and gentlemen, is when people just rewrite history, and then when you say it so many times, people start to believe it, in case and then that's how it goes down in the history books. This week's Revisionist History, sponsored by WWE, is, I don't know if anybody else caught this, it's just one that drives me nuts. It's the commercial lead-in. They always have this commercial. It's leading into Total Divas, and I don't know if anybody watches Total Divas. You know where I'm going with this.
I know where you're going with this.
The commercial leads in with this real sad music. And it's like, the fans have always loved Ava Marie. But this Tuesday, find out why that changes. Excuse my language, but motherfucker, tell me last time anybody has ever cheered for Eva Marie. Never happened. Sam?
No, people like seeing Eva Marie at the fan events and on TV and doing little special things because she's pretty, she's nice to look at, but she has never once been received well in the ring. Ever. Why is this a shocker?
But it's just, don't you think it's comical though, isn't it? And that's why as fans sometimes we sit back and we laugh. And we do laugh.
I'm going to be honest, I was very...
It's comedy to me. It's straight comedy.
I was very, like, what's the word, like, scared for a minute that they were actually bringing Eva Marie out.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I thought, I said this better be a Total Divas commercial, because with the sad music, and it was like, everybody always loved Eva Marie.
She's going to be in
maybe they were, like, bringing her on. I was like, no!
But, ladies and gentlemen,
like
that was revisionist history by WWE. I just like that if you really catch a Raw, and not to nitpick, it's just, obviously, guys, we got to have fun with this, too. But at least once a week, there's one where it's like, that changed history a little bit. So
I did like they acknowledged that everyone just booed her.
With the NXT thing, I'm interested to see that. So, Authority opening the show. Guys, they were out there, this was all hype. This is why you tune in to SummerSlam. This was putting network subscribers in the seats, I guess. Not putting butts in the seats, but putting network subscribers in the seats. Mm-hmm. This was, you're getting this match. And oh, by the way, you're getting Jon Stewart as your special guest host. You're getting Sports Center not only broadcasting in the morning, but at the 6 o'clock, I believe at the 6 o'clock hour, and then at the 11 o'clock hour. Those are their primetime hours live outside of Barclays Center. To me, that's enormous for
huge.
WWE. Jonathan Coachman is also going to be there. It's going to be nice seeing the coach back. Mm-hmm. Would you have imagined a year ago, Sam, if I said to you, next year, SummerSlam, because it's been in LA for how many years now? If I would have said, Sam, next year, SummerSlam's going 4 hours, and not only that, ESPN's going to be parked outside doing Sports Center live. And I don't watch ESPN at all anymore. I'll admit, guys, I just can't deal with it. But this is enormous.
Mm-hmm.
Would you have believed it?
Something huge has got to happen.
Would you have believed it, though? A year ago, if somebody would have said, hey, SportsCenter is going to be live outside of Barclays because they're doing this thing with SummerSlam, what if somebody said that?
I would have told you to keep dreaming.
No, you would have said worse than that. Come on. I took a page out of your book. You guys know that I don't normally swear on this show as much. That's her gimmick. If I would have said that to you last summer, what would you have said to me?
Fuck off.
I think it would have even been harsher than that.
I'm trying to be PG here, okay? Fuck off.
No. We are not, guys, if you haven't figured this out by now, we are not your PG show. We are not your ESPN show. We are your fan show. We are the nitty gritty. We're the edgy. We are your comedy. Well, we are probably just comedy to you, so it is, we take it for what it's worth. Now, what do you think about Jon Stewart, though?
I love it. I don't know. It's kind of weird they just didn't do anything with it. They just announced it?
Well, they just announced it today, yeah, but it makes sense. I don't think you would bring him in for any other reason. He just came off of, getting off the Daily Show, a very emotional Daily Show finale.
But maybe they could have, thrown in, a video package, tonight from Jon Stewart being I'm going to be the guest host or something. It's just...
Maybe he does...
It's just random. They just announced it. They didn't...
Maybe that's coming this week.
Maybe.
Maybe that's coming. I mean, patience.
Maybe on SmackDown.
Patience. Maybe. You never know. But now, I think, and we jokingly talked about this, and I'm going to jokingly talk about it here, but on warm-up, we jokingly talked about it, although it would never be in the, you never know, never say never. What would you think the percentages would be that Jon Stewart would cost Seth Rollins the championship and or help him retain?
That would be hilarious. I want
it's
him,
not
I want
happening,
him to
guys.
help
We're
him
having fun with
retain.
this,
I want him to help retain.
How great would it be?
That'd be so awesome.
To me, this is where, and we're going to tie this into something later on, but this is where I think it's going to be brilliant because Jon Stewart not only knows the product, he loves the product. Mm-hmm. This is something that's good. So that he is going to he's going to pour his heart into his performance here. So think about it this way. There's a big talk about maybe a potential heel turn in one of the matches, wouldn't it be awesome if a heel turn happened, and then all of a sudden there's a segment backstage where Jon Stewart is now interviewing whoever turned heel on why they turned heel? Because it would tie into a Daily Show kind of thing. Jon Stewart would be good at it. He would know what questions to ask so that whoever turned heel could respond. I think it's something that if they wanted to play off of it, it could really play off well. Or pay off well, I'm sorry.
Okay, I can see that.
What do you think? What do you think they'll do with him? I don't know. That for me, that's something fun they could do with him. What's something fun they can do with Stewart?
No, I don't know what they could do because he's really only been interacting with Seth Rollins. So I don't really know what they're going to use him as being a guest host because they haven't exactly... Because they can either really utilize a guest host or the guest host can come out once and announce a match real quick.
Right.
That's it.
Like when they have Raw guest hosts.
Yeah.
It could be something...
I don't know really how they're going to use Jon Stewart in this.
We'll see. I think with 4 hours, we're going to see a couple segments with Jon Stewart.
I do think it's interesting they're having 2 celebrities at the SummerSlam.
No, I dig it because when they usually had it in Los Angeles, there'd be a number of celebrities sometimes, and they're going to show.
Yeah, but like in the crowd or like backstage, like Jon Stewart's guest hosting, the Mill's going to be in a match. There's going to be stars around the ring like there always are.
Yeah, but I don't know if
I don't know. I just think this is building up a lot of hype and putting a lot of spotlight on WWE for SummerSlam.
Have you ever seen a UFO? Because I think that's digging deep into a conspiracy.
What?
I truly believe that. I think that something big's going to happen at SummerSlam also. Yes, I agree.
Well, yeah.
I don't think the fact that there's 2 celebrities booked on the show has any... They do it at WrestleMania. They do it at SummerSlam.
No, I'm just saying it puts a lot of eyes on WWE having 2 big celebrities booked like that on the show.
Okay, I completely agree with that. I think the nature of these 2 celebrities, especially Jon Stewart.
Like we were talking about ESPN be parking outside and everything.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of eyes on
and
WWE
Jon Stewart
right now for SummerSlam.
Right, and listen, Amel brings a lot of eyes, but Jon Stewart brings a lot of eyes.
Yeah.
So maybe you're onto something with that, but I still think though that
because guess what? The Daily Show just went off the air. So if you want to see Jon Stewart right now, what you gonna do?
You buy the network. There's a good point.
You gotta buy the network to see Jon Stewart because Daily Show's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Smart booking.
Wow, you just sold the network to people right there.
You're
WWE,
welcome, WWE
hire her, and then she'll divorce me. But as with all wrestling weddings go, but yeah, WWE hire her for look at that promotion right there. Or that endorsement, I guess I should say. Man, I think maybe I don't see it as being. I think ESPN being there honestly is the biggest of them all. And this is coming from a guy that doesn't watch ESPN anymore just because it's the same. It's gossip. It's not sports. I don't care. They show like 30 seconds of highlights in an hour. I'm not whatever. But I think the fact that they are the nationwide leader or the worldwide leader in sports. So them having it almost solidifies the fact that you are sports entertainment, not just more of the entertainment side.
Okay.
What do you think? Just thinking out,
No, I like it.
Okay. So, Lesnar Taker. Here's what we got out of Lesnar Undertaker going into SummerSlam, which is the big match. I like you're just like, yeah, whatever. Just move on. Move on. Lesnar Taker. Early on, we get a creepy Taker promo, and I put with fog, purple haze, and Gregorian chants. Basically just calling out Brock Lesnar, saying he's coming for his soul, coming for his. You guys knew the routine. I thought it was nice, old school vibe feel. It felt very early 90s ish. I really dug it.
I thought it was really cool too.
And obviously the main attraction of the night, we had Paul Heyman starting off. Paul Heyman 101 as always. Every week we say this, but doesn't he get better and better? And better and better and better.
Paul Heyman has me wanting to start the first church of Brock Lesnar.
He was
preaching in the ring and singing gospels about Brock Lesnar. He had me wanting to start the first church of Brock Lesnar.
People would
hailing the Conqueror.
people would join. I love that he was singing.
That's how great Paul Heyman
What
is.
he was tying in hymns, I believe, hymns or gospels or whatever. Yeah,
and rewording them to fit Brock Lesnar.
Rewording them to fit Brock Lesnar, and again singing. And when Lesnar's cracking up to me, hometown crowd, you got and Paul Heyman made sure to introduce him as the WWE Undisputed Champion in 2003, the UFC Heavyweight Champion knocking off Randy Couture, talking about knocking off The Rock with the Undisputed Championship, and NCAA Division I Champion out of the University of Minnesota. Lesnar comes,
plug, by the way.
Cheap plug.
Paul Heyman.
Oh, so
I caught on to that.
So was the Golden Gopher colored, the Minnesota Golden Gopher streamers that were coming down, streamers and confetti. Yeah, I saw that burgundy and gold, or whatever you guys call it.
I just thought, what is this trying to be, Ring of Honor, with the streamers?
And what's wrong with that?
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that? No, it was a homecoming thing, obviously.
But because it wasn't by the fans, it was by WWE.
And this was Paul Heyman, as he said, he was hosting the homecoming, and he was just praising Brock Lesnar. Then we get For Whom the Bell Tolls, if I may say. Nobody comes out. Taker's bell goes off. Nothing. Another dong. Nothing. So we go through it a second time. And it was funny because you could actually catch it on TV that they cut to the crowd so that you couldn't see. I mean, the camera's black, but you could still tell that it was on the crowd and not in ring. Right. So that way you could see that Taker was in the ring. Sorry if I tore down the fourth wall. 18 and up demographic that's watching this. Hopefully you're 18 if you're watching this. So we get a big attack on Brock Lesnar. Ends up being a chokeslam into a tombstone. Sam, right now, Undertaker, and I feel like he's looking more like Biker Taker, like the American Badass, than Undertaker.
He's just missing a bandana right now.
That's it.
All right.
That's it.
It's
strange that he doesn't even have like the UT or anything on his pants, on the leather pants, or anything, like the Undertaker logo or anything. I don't know. It just seems like he's obviously being the more heel style in this, and obviously, yeah, he was going to be in Minnesota. We know that because it was Brock Lesnar's hometown. There's no way Lesnar was getting booed. I don't know. I think there's a lot. I'm very interested to see what plays out with this match, and I thought they did an incredible job. We're going to be doing a lot of praising of the WWE tonight. People are going to probably call us marks all night, WWE marks. We're going to go from IWC marks to WWE marks. It's going to be funny, and like one night people are going to like turn on us. So I thought it was phenomenal. What did you think?
I thought it was good. Taker looks a lot better than he did before.
Yeah.
On his last run.
Agreed.
I'll give him that. How bad are you going to mark out if he comes back as Biker Taker at SummerSlam?
Oh, I won't.
If he comes out on a bike?
Nah, he's got to come out Taker. Because he's still doing Taker promos and stuff like that. I'm just talking about attire, guys. I'm a stickler for attire. I'm weird like that. I think that I don't know if Taker plans on wrestling past Survivor Series. He's always been a great character.
I'm just saying that
he doesn't work the other side.
The title of the next WrestleMania is One Last Ride. Why wouldn't Taker go into that WrestleMania as Biker Taker? One last ride, he rides in on his bike, and this is his last match, and he rides off in the sunset.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm just saying that the irony writes itself.
I get it, and he would be going out. Ultimately, Undertaker would want to go out, but we're talking about SummerSlam, not WrestleMania. We're talking about
saying SummerSlam would set him up as Biker Taker, and then he'd go in.
Yeah, obviously, and I'm not saying that that's what he's going to go back to either. I'm just saying attire wise, I'm a stickler, and but yeah, no, to me, I'm sold on this match. Like we kept saying, less is more, and they've kept this. Less has absolutely been more.
Definitely.
It feels big time. Big enough for ESPN to be there. There we go, ESPN.
Isn't that just like how they had it at WrestleMania 30? With their build up to that WrestleMania match?
No, not really.
There was less was more because they really didn't say anything about it. That's why people were so shocked at the end.
That's why people were so shocked about the streak ending, which is something that we're also going to tie into something later on. Thank you for pointing that out so that I won't have to later in case we're pressed for time, which it looks like we might start to be. WWE World Heavyweight Championship versus United States Championship. Title versus title. Seth Rollins claiming that after he beats John Cena, he wants a statue at WWE headquarters alongside the likes of Andre the Giant and Bruno Sammartino and the Ultimate Warrior, which I'm into. Put a statue of Rollins up.
Yeah, and Triple H and Stephanie said that if he comes back with both belts, they'll definitely give him a statue. He would have earned it.
So we have a contract signing.
There's no way he's coming back with both belts.
We have a contract signing. Great Seth Rollins promo, guys. If you haven't seen it, please go back and check it out. I thought it was, again, one of Rollins' best. Playing off the crowd, basically saying that John Cena is the villain in this story, guys. He's been holding the WWE hostage all this time. John Cena comes out. I thought John Cena cut an amazing promo, saying that Triple H's mentors, not only is Triple H's mentors champion Triple H's mentors championship in jeopardy. Sorry about that one, guys. But Triple H's mentors 16-time reign is in jeopardy. I botched that all up. You know what I mean? His Triple H's lower mentor and upper, his two guys.
Yes, and if you don't know who he's talking about, he's talking about Ric Flair.
Yeah, I think everybody knows the 16-time.
I hate the fact that John Cena acknowledged it, because what's the biggest complaint about John Cena getting that belt one more time? The fact that he'll tie Ric Flair, and then he'll go on to beat Ric Flair's record.
And
they fucking acknowledged it.
And this is what I love, too, about what they're doing with WWE, because the big thing was that Cena was supposed to go into WrestleMania 28 as a heel. That was supposed to be, but then last minute they scrapped it. His colors right now for this 15-time thing are Miami Hurricanes colors.
Yeah.
And, so it's like, it's one of those where it's little details where I'm not saying that's going to play in the fact, but for me, it's kind of like a chuckling, trolling thing, like, people like me are going to pick up on it, and it's a trolling thing, and I enjoy that. To the point where I'm not going to lie, guys, after John Cena said that the only difference between Triple H and Seth Rollins is that Triple H wasn't Ric Flair's bitch. And then after the crowd went, oh, then he says, and come Sunday, I'm going to make you my bitch.
And he dropped it again.
And this, guys, and I'm not going to lie, my exact reaction, got him! And I'm honestly, she will vouch for me. We had a friend here, he will vouch. It's my and I'm not, you guys know how I'm a Cena. I thought it was an amazing promo by Cena, throwing the mic, getting out of there.
It was an amazing promo by both Rollins and Cena. Both of them gave amazing promos tonight, setting up SummerSlam.
Do you feel like this match needed this?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I definitely think that it did.
Absolutely. Now, would it have... And it's tough because Cena's been out with the broken nose, but I think that's added on to this. I think this sold this match. I don't think... Now I'm really excited about this match.
Yeah.
I really am. And we'll make predictions later on this week, guys. We're going to have a video coming for you where we do a SummerSlam prediction show. That'll be coming maybe Friday or Saturday-ish, one of those days. Divas Revolution time. Early on, Tamina versus Becky Lynch. Becky getting the armbar submission win. Later on, Nikki versus Sasha Banks. Champion versus champion. WWE Divas champion. NXT Women's champion, as Stephanie McMahon said. We get... and here's what... Okay, and there's two things about this real quick that I'm going to get into. We get Sasha Banks with the win, with the bank statement, getting Nikki Bella to the top. Love that. Huge crowd pop for that. Nikki Bella on offense most of the time. And during that, what we're getting is we want Lesnar.
I was about to say, can I just say one thing? Why would you be chanting, we want Lesnar, during that match?
Right.
We've been begging for the NXT women to get time up on the main roster and to show off what they can do. And then during... fucking Becky Lynch, not a Becky Lynch,
Sasha Banks.
Sasha Banks match.
You're angry, I can tell.
During a Sasha Banks match, you're chanting, we want Lesnar. No,
you know what this reminds me of?
Sasha Banks.
This reminds me of it, and you guys know how big of a CM Punk fan I am, and a big AJ Lee fan. But this reminds me when this whole stuff was going on, and AJ Lee, they got married, and she came back. After she finally came back, hey, people were, I can't wait for AJ to come back. And during her matches, all you would chant was CM Punk. And to me, that's like the biggest slap in the face.
Yeah.
Like, chant AJ Lee. So in this point, and I know some of the Minnesota crowd there. Listen, I love the wheel, and you guys know I love crowd responses because a response is a response. So for me, I'd rather have that than most cities that sit on their hands. We had a great crowd tonight. But I just think in that moment when we all want this Divas Revolution, we want it to pay off, and maybe not all of us, but I think there's some that don't. But when Sasha Banks, when we're begging for these women to come up, why not boo Nikki Bella instead of that's either the crowd saying we're just tired of Nikki Bella, or this is how it's going to be taken. Either they're just tired of Nikki Bella, or the fans just simply don't care about the Divas Revolution, and it's going to be determined how WWE brass sees that. Granted, when Sasha Banks got the win,
I'm telling you right now, the brass is going to see it as Nikki Bella is golden, and the NXT women just
I don't know though, because when Sasha Banks got the win, huge pop. So is it that fans are just tired of it?
Sasha kind of turned it up at the end with those fucking moves.
Because it was pretty Nikki heavy.
What was it? It was like a back code breaker. What was that?
It's a backstabber, man. It's a backstabber.
Yeah, it looks like a code breaker in the back.
It's reverse code breaker. Backstabber, yeah.
And put her in.
Meanwhile, Carlito used it, but I won't even go into the evolution of it, but yeah.
Of course, she was good. And I like the fact that both NXT women, Charlotte and Sasha, have made the Divas champion tap out.
Mm-hmm. Which makes me think that Team Bella's winning on Sunday, but we'll get into that later on. Backstage, we saw Renee Young with Team PCB. PCB. PCB.
It's BC.
It's PCB. Stop. So, long story short, what I thought was they're going to do it, and they're going to do it with flair. Woo!
Charlotte's so turning.
You think Charlotte's turning big time?
As soon as she opened her mouth during that backstage segment, just how she interrupted her way in just to deliver her line, she's fucking turning. She is genetically superior and above this little clique stuff.
And the daughter of the dirtiest player in the game. Come on.
She is turning at SummerSlam.
Guys, the Cesaro, Kevin Owens, and Sheamus, Randy Orton matches that we have Sunday, they made this easy on us. Threw them into a house show tag team match. Randy Orton with the RKO on Sheamus for the win after Kevin Owens shoved Randy Orton off of him, attempting a RKO on Kevin Owens. Anything? Nothing. Honestly, guys, this was just basically just filling time. Although it was a good match, it just wasn't one of the highlights of the night, so let's skip over that. WWE Intercontinental Championship storyline. We had Ryback versus The Miz, Big Show on commentary. Ryback with the shell shock for the win. Big Show leaves after the Ryback challenges him next. He said the big guy's still hungry. Big Show tucks his tail between his legs, walks out. Probably to walk backstage and figure out if he's a face or a heel this week to figure out what he's supposed to do. Anything you want to embellish on this?
No, other than right before that shell shock, the way that Ryback held up the Miz.
Yeah, it looked like he was going into a jackhammer.
Yeah, it was a a really cool move.
I liked it.
I'll give him that.
Nice little addition. Yes, nice addition by the Ryback.
By the Ryback.
The Wyatts. Let's see. The Wyatts versus Ambrose and Reigns. We had Reigns versus Harper tonight. Ambrose on commentary, demanding Ambrose take a seat and join him on commentary. We don't get that.
I demand that Ambrose always be on commentary.
Harper gets the pinfall over Roman Reigns. Sam, anything you want to say about this?
I don't know who's turning heel.
Here's the one thing I'll say, and this is why I do think...
So frustrating.
Here's why I do think somebody's turning Sunday or Monday at the very latest. Either Dean Ambrose or Roman Reigns. To me, this has been one of the worst built-up feuds. This has been one of the... To me, this is one of the matches I'm least interested in, and I love Dean Ambrose. I love Bray Wyatt. You know, for all the knocking I do of Roman Reigns, he has been killing. No,
Roman Reigns,
Roman Reigns has been. No, it's not even that. He's been killing it lately. Roman Reigns has absolutely been killing it, and I love Luke Harper. So it's like I love. I really
into this.
I should be looking for it. So to me, there's something that they're not telling us that I feel like they're going to tell us on Sunday. And that's where I feel like maybe Jon Stewart comes in after we either see Roman Reigns turn heel on Dean Ambrose, which I think we're going to see him end up eating a Superman punch. That's what I think is going to happen. Or if it's the other way around. But I think to me, at least, and it's just a hunch, and I don't know. This is just an opinion, guys. And I've been wrong. I'm wrong 50 times a minute. So, But do you think? Are you sold on the idea that there's going to be a turn?
I'm sold on the idea that someone is turning. I don't know who. Okay. It's so hard to choose because I would love to see Roman Reigns turn heel, but I don't see WWE doing that. So we'll just keep going. Okay.
We'll cover all this when we do our SummerSlam thing. Plus, we know we're running out of time here a little bit, guys. WWE Tag Team Championship. We have PTP and the Lucha Dragons versus New Day and Los Matadors. Kalisto pinned one of the Matadors. Pick one. I don't care either one. Sam, anything about this?
Really, the most entertaining part about this is the New Day's entrance into
Thank you. Now, Stardust, King Barrett versus Amell and Neville. Everybody knows that Stephen Amell kind of got banged up training for this match. He's been doing more training in the past 2 weeks than Eva Marie has her entire career. Boom! But what I loved about this, what we got was a comic book themed video package.
It was amazing.
Beautifully done. WWE creative, whoever came up with the idea, bravo. It was so well done.
Thumbs up, seriously.
Stardust and Barrett had a backstage promo. Stardust presenting King Barrett with a new cape, so to speak, and all hail the Cosmic King.
The Cosmic King.
It was beautiful.
I love it.
Great, I loved it. Really looking forward to this.
I
really
looking
forward to this
how
match.
Stardust and Wade Barrett played off each other in that promo.
I did too. I am. I'm so going through this. I was like,
really
man,
hyped up even more for that match going into SummerSlam.
I'm excited for every single match on the card. I really am, and I hate to say that. Like I said, the Wyatts versus Ambrose and Reigns.
It's like the lowest on the card.
And I'm still excited for it.
Should be,
right,
yeah.
you know. All right, so Rusev, Ziggler, Summer, Lana. We know this is going on. Rusev versus Mark Henry tonight. Lana on commentary. She said, don't worry, I have a plan. Rusev gets the win via the accolade. Lana goes into the ring, calls out Summer, slaps Summer into 3 Sundays from Friday. Jesus, did she wind up on this woman. Calls out Rusev. As soon as Rusev gets in the ring, someone's here to show the world. Dolph Ziggler shows up. Dolph gets in the ring. We got a little big-time DDT, I do believe, on Rusev.
Yes.
So Lana comes in. Lana with a big kick on Summer. Then we see Ziggler with a super kick to Rusev. Some tongue-on-tongue action going on in the ring. Rusev not seeming too happy. Ziggler and Lana now backstage with JoJo demanding a match at SummerSlam, and he gets that match. So now we finally, we knew it was going to happen. Dolph Ziggler, Rusev, that's your match. What'd you think about tonight, how they built it up?
I thought it was great. I actually thought that Ziggler was going to come out and just hit Rusev with a zigzag right off the bat.
I did too.
But I liked how they played it out with Lana giving
it.
Summer Rae Dolph Ziggler's super kick.
I loved it.
Just like Summer Rae gave Lana an accolade last week.
It was almost like a weird jump up super kick, but in Seguri type. I don't know what she because it was
supposed to be
a super kick. I get it.
Yeah.
It's just that she has long legs, and I get it. But it was just cool looking the way she did it.
She's in a weird tight skirt.
Yes,
Kinda
yes. But don't you agree? It was cool, even if it was unintentional.
Awesome.
It looked cool.
Well, Lana's never really done anything like that before.
There you go.
It looked great.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. See. She
looked a lot better than Eva Marie ever has in her life. Oh, yeah.
I would say that's why I keep her around, but we all know that she's the one that keep around. I'm just here as a prop. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we go, Sam, anything you want to say?
Yes. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. Remember that, guys.
Guys, for everybody at WrestlingRumors.net, for Sam here at LadyNexus13, make sure you like us on Facebook. Make sure you subscribe to YouTube. Make sure you're checking out WrestlingRumors.net. Bookmark it. We have an app. Download it. Follow me on Twitter at AdamDaley13. Guys, we'll see you all this week. We got a bunch of videos planned for you. We got SummerSlam preview. We got our review show for this. And then we're going to have something called Top 3 Things That Aren't Going to Happen at SummerSlam That We Wished Happened. You're not going to want to miss that. Guys, we'll be getting videos to you all week long. Keep checking us out on WrestlingRumors.net. Thanks.